guys, happy Saturday. So I am sans makeup or skincare or anything. I just woke up and you guys seem to really like a makeup look that I did in a couple of videos that I posted this last week. I think this will go up the week after. I'm not sure yet. My schedule is, I never know what my schedule is going to be. I just record things and then sort of like put them in where it seems like they fit. But you guys seem to really like that makeup look, so I'm going to repeat it today. So I thought that since you guys wanted a like get ready with me, a couple of you asked for that, I thought I would do like an entire get ready with me, like my skincare, do a mask, chit chat, whatever. And you seem to like the one that I did previously where I sort of talked about feeling that nobody liked me, even though you guys left such nice comments on that video. So thank you. That really did, that helped. So I thought I'd do another one of those since it seemed like you guys liked it. And yeah, you'll see little Oliver in a minute if you didn't see him standing. We've got some updates on Oliver. If you haven't watched my really long day in the life, I actually kind of want you guys to go watch that video because I do talk about a couple of social media things that I don't know, I like to talk about because nobody talks about them, but I feel like they should be talked about. Dislikes and fakeness on Instagram specifically. So I will link that video below. I'll timestamp the areas where I talk about those things because it's 45 minutes long and I know not everybody wants to watch a 45-minute long video. So I'll timestamp where I talk about the social media things. See, we've got a cast. Hey. This could always be a bad situation. Jill is not his best friend. Jill. Go get it. Yeah. So I'll talk a little bit about what's going on with Oliver too. It looks worse than it actually is. Don't worry. He's okay. So yeah, so I'm not taking a shower today. Jill, you need to get out of here. I haven't taken a shower today because I'm not going to. But I do need to do my skincare and like do my makeup and all that. So I'm going to do a mask today actually because I want to. Hey, what's going on? You want the straw? Jill wants it. Jill wants the straw. And we're going to try to do this with Oliver here. I mean, you guys know how it is. I was hoping to wake up early to sort of do this without him, but he has been like a weird sleeper lately. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's like some sort of 15-month sleep regression or he just hates me lately. I don't know, but he's having the hardest time sleeping. He won't sleep for more than like an hour without stirring, rolling over, like sitting up in bed, crying. It's just like I get no sleep these days. And I think from about 10 to 11, he slept on my chest this morning because that was the only way to get him to sleep. So he's in here with me. Okay, we're 3 minutes in, so let's get this started. So I'm going to exfoliate and then I'm going to do a mask actually. And I have been absolutely loving this brand lately. I've been talking about it a lot. I'm going to be doing a lot more features of them in 2018, but I've got a bunch of stuff that I want to get out for the rest of 2017. So I'm not going to be doing any more reviews except for one. I have a brow review that I finally finished and I'm ready to film. I think I'm going to do that today too. I'm ready to film sort of like my review portion of it. The goal today is to film this, my brow reviews, and then either my skincare or body care empties, and then tomorrow I'm going to film my other skincare or body care empties, and then film a Modern Minerals thing. If Oliver will stop touching my camera. Stop touching my camera. Anyway, so yeah, I've been absolutely loving Naturallogic. I've talked about them a lot. This is their Ancient Earth Micro Exfoliate. So it's a like fluffy micro polish. I've been totally loving this. I've been trying this for the last couple of weeks. And then there's a couple of other products that are like going to be new to her collection soon that I've also been trying the last couple of weeks. So I've been excited to talk about them finally. But this is, yeah, it's like a micro polish. It's like a very fine polish and exfoliator, but it like leaves your skin so smooth and soft. It's like, I don't even it's like somehow it's like a whipped exfoliator. I don't even know how it works. I don't care how it works. It's just, I love it. I mean, and you guys know I love like exfoliator products. Just like look at it. It's just like so fluffy and like he wants to look at it too. So I'm going to take just like sort of like this big amount, and I'm going to rub it on dry skin. I close this container before Oliver gets into it. So, and then I'm just going to rub it on my dry skin. And I like to do this one, I was trying to do it too often in the beginning. I was doing it like every day. Not that it had any adverse effects, but I can see that it's meant more for like once a week or like once every other week or something like that, because I was going through it way too quickly. I think I used it 3 days in a row, and then I asked her, I was like, how should I be using this? Because I exfoliate every day, no matter what. My skin just needs a ton of exfoliation. I tend to exfoliate twice a day, in the morning and at night usually. If I'm good about my skin, my skin just needs it. It's just I just have skin that builds up pretty quickly, and if I want it to be smooth and nice looking, I have to exfoliate it all the time. So since I've got so much going on in this video, I'm going to try not to focus. I just opened the window, so we've got some weirdness going on here. I'm going to try not to spend too long on each thing because I've got this, I've got the mask, I've got the makeup, so this is going to be a pretty long video as well, so I don't know, hopefully you guys like these longer get ready with me's. But I'm going to leave this on for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to go in with warm water and exfoliate it off, and then I'm going to come back and do the mask portion. This specifically, like I said, is like a micro polish, and it's got some like amazing ingredients in it. I love all of the Naturallogic products. Again, like you'll hear starting next year, and then the ingredients in them are fantastic. They've been working so well for my skin. But this has got things like aloe vera juice, olive oil, silica, red clay, kaolin clay, rooibos tea extract, sandalwood powder, MSM, DMAE, pomegranate extract, green papaya, pineapple, papaya, oh, so green papaya and then like regular papaya, I guess, coconut oil, jojoba oil, vitamin C ester, vitamin B complex, vitamin A, rosehip oil, evening primrose, cranberry seed, carrot seed, and there's a proprietary blend of pure steam distilled essential oils. Got my cats all around too. And then a lot of the ingredients are actually organic or wild crafted as well, so I love that too. She makes really amazing quality products at like I think a really affordable price point. I think like her most expensive thing is the Luna mask, which is like $78, but that's sold out right now. But I think aside from that, she makes like really affordable products, and they work so well. So yeah, like I said, I'll be back in a few minutes with the mask after I've washed this off. Okay, so now my skin is nicely exfoliated. That polish sort of works on like 2 levels. It has like a very fine like micro exfoliant, like physical, and then it also, because of the pineapple and the papaya and the enzymes and everything, it works as like a chemical exfoliator as well. So it works on 2 different levels. That's Oliver with his cast climbing up the ledge where he actually fell and is the reason he has the cast. So yeah, so my skin is like super smooth now. I've got these 2 things going on. Ugh, drive me nuts. So next we're going to do the mask. This is actually like a prototype of a mask that she's working on that will be released soon, I think. But it's the Unmask, and it's like a hydrating detox mask. When I have like more information in the link for it, I'll link it down below, but this is the one she sent me to test because I'm going to help her launch it actually. There should be a giveaway going on my Instagram soon if it hasn't already happened actually. So I hope you're following me on Instagram. So we're going to do the mask, and I know it probably doesn't look like it, but I've actually used this quite a few times. I've been testing this the last couple of weeks, actually few weeks. It's been like 3 to 4 weeks since she sent this to me. And you don't need very much, so this like jar will last you a really long time. So I just use a brush to apply it, and Jill's playing with a straw. All over my face. See? So it still looks like I barely even used any of it, and I put it all over my face. So a little bit goes a long way, and this jar will last you such a long time. I think I've used this is my 5th time using it, and it looks like I've barely touched it. so that is the mask. I'm gonna leave that on 15, 20 minutes, half an hour. And then I'm going to rinse that off. And then we'll get into the skincare and makeup. But I guess I'll chat a little bit. Oliver is like all over my camera today. It's driving me nuts. But so Oliver is walking, as you saw in my day in the life, if you watched that. If you didn't, well, now you know, he's walking. But he's also climbing everything. So we have this ledge in this bedroom right here. You've seen it. I think I've showed it in some videos before. I think I showed it in that day in the life video, I think. He was actually climbing on it. So I think like on the Saturday after I filmed that video, he was, you know, up here playing, and I was sitting on the bed and I was watching him, and the cat was sitting next to him, and he was still in his like little booty jammies, and I think that was my mistake. I should have taken him out of his jammies before I let him climb over everything, because he slipped out from under his feet and fell off and rolled off the ledge and fractured his wrist. As you can see, though, he's still in good spirits. It's not affected him hardly at all. So he cried for a good like hour after it happened, and I couldn't figure out if it was just shock or if there was something actually wrong with him. So I finally was able to settle him enough to let him sleep. And then when he woke up, I noticed that he was trying to crawl, but he wasn't putting weight on the one hand, and when he did, he was crying. And so then I noticed that his wrist was swelling, so I was like, okay, something's going on with his wrist. I didn't know if it was just sprained or broken or whatever. So then when my husband came home, we took him to the children's hospital, and he's got a small buccal fracture. So because babies' bones are like still soft, they can sometimes buckle instead of like actually, you know, totally fracture or like break. If that was like me, if I had fallen and like landed the way that he did, probably it would have like broken my entire wrist. But because babies' bones are so soft still, there's a lot of risk for like fracture and like buccal fractures and things like that, just because they are so soft, which is good and bad, I guess. Probably, I mean, it's good because they heal a lot easier because their bones are still growing and forming and whatever, but it's also, you know, bad because they can easily hurt themselves just by, you know, things that shouldn't hurt them. I don't know. So yeah, so he's got a tiny buccal fracture on his wrist. He was wearing a splint for all this week until we could get a follow-up. So we followed up yesterday at like a specialty children's clinic or something like that down in our area, so we didn't have to drive all the way back to the children's hospital. And they said that it's tiny, but they wanted to put him in a cast anyway, just to make sure that there was no movement, because it could get worse, just the way that the fracture was placed in his wrist. So they were going to put him in a short cast, but the thing with kids is they can easily, you know, slip out. They're very limber and nimble. So they were going to put him in a short cast because the fracture is only like, it's like up here. But because they didn't want him to slip out of it, they put him in a long arm cast. So it looks worse than it is. So he's in the cast for 3 weeks, and then they're going to take it off of him in 3 weeks. I think it's January 5th is when we go back in. And then they're going to probably put him in the splint again for a couple of weeks after that until he's like totally healed. So far, I mean, he seems fine. He's already using it as a weapon. He was on top of my husband's shoulders yesterday, and he was like banging him on the head with it. I mean, it's hard. I've never been in a cast, and Gilbert's never been in a cast, so we've never seen like the process of, you know, a cast being put on. It's definitely interesting. Stop touching, please. He was like totally fine. He didn't cry or anything until like the woman, he started to like put stuff in his mouth, and then the woman who was there was just like, no, 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 and then he started to like cry hysterically because he didn't like to be told no by someone other than who was me. I tell him no all the time. He pays zero attention to me, clearly, like right now. So yeah, he's got this cast on. It seems to, he's not totally affected by it. I mean, he is doing all of his normal stuff. He's still trying to climb all over everything. He still crawls. He still gets into everything that he gets into. I wish there was a way to keep him off this ledge, though, because he always wants to climb on top of it. Yeah, I know. But he slept fine, except he's, you know, the whole waking up thing all the time. But he was doing that before. He's just, I don't know. He's not in any pain. They gave him a dose of Motrin at the hospital. But then he threw up when he came home, so I don't know if it was because of the Motrin or if it was just because of whatever. But my husband bought him some Motrin to give him, but I wouldn't give him any more Motrin. So if you guys know of any like natural pain remedies, let me know, because I mean, I get migraines frequently and I try not to take anything for them, especially because I'm breastfeeding and I just don't like to take, you know, the Excedrin and the over-the-counter stuff, and I don't want to give him that stuff. He's never had that stuff until he had the Motrin, which I felt conflicted about. I didn't want to give it to him. And then he threw up 2 hours later. So, I mean, I don't think that he even responded well to it. So, he seems to not need pain medication, but if I ever am in a position where I, like, need to give him something, like, any natural mamas out there, what do you give your kids for, like, pain? Like, I would really like to avoid the Tylenol and the ibuprofen and the things that I don't even take myself. I don't want to give them to him. So, yeah, so let me know what your natural pain remedies are. So here's his little cast. Dad signed it. Show them your cast. Show them. So yeah. So he's got this thing for 3 weeks. Definitely an interesting experience, having children and all. And especially having boys, one who's like as fearless as this one is. He always wants to climb. He's always on top of everything. He's going to be the death of me, probably. And I think he's going to be like one of those adrenaline junkie people who's like always climbing up mountains and, you know, jumping out of airplanes and things like that, because he just loves a thrill. A couple days later, he actually was climbing on top of the entertainment unit and like rolled off of it and like bit into his gums. Like he doesn't matter how much he hurts himself. He just keeps doing it. He's like not affected by it at all. So I don't know. So I always try to keep an eye on him, but you know, it's hard. I want him to explore, but I don't want to be on top of him all the time, but you know, I don't want him to kill himself either. He's looking at my face now. What is it? What's on my face? Alright, so I will come back once I've washed this mask off and I'm ready to do the rest of my skincare so that we can get into makeup and everything, and then I can start filming some other videos today. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I think it's been about half an hour to 40 minutes. We both ate lunch. We, you know, played a little bit. My husband called, read a book, or at least he read a baby book. And then I washed the mask off. So I really have been loving that mask. It will be coming soon. He needs to tell you about it too. It will be coming soon, so keep an eye out for that on the Naturallogic website. But I really love it. It's a great hydrating detox mask. It never dries, but it leaves my skin like these are like even a little bit less inflamed than I think that they were like half an hour ago. I mean, they're still terrible. But let's move on then. So I'm just gonna spray my face with some aloe, as I always do, and then I'm gonna spray a little bit of this Calyx. They told me how to pronounce it, and I think I'm not saying it right, Calyx Collective, but I can't find the email where they told me how to pronounce it, so I'm butchering it, I'm sorry. But this is the Calyx Collective Lavender Hydrosol. I've been really liking that. I put that in my winter hydration thing. Video I did, and then I'm going to put some of the Uma Deeply Clarifying Blemish Spot Treatment. This is my second bottle. I'm going to put that on like my worst spots because this really does help to take down the healing time. And then I'm going to put it on my chin as well because I'm breaking out a bunch on my chin. And we'll do a little bit up here too. It really cuts down the healing time, and it like lessens the severity of them pretty significantly. So that I have found to be the best spot treatment that I've used so far. I mean, I have gone through the Province Apothecary spot treatment. I'm sorry. I also have been through a bunch of the Meow Meow Tweed spot treatments, which is also good, but since I found the Uma spot treatment, that one is definitely the best. Naturallogic has one that I haven't tried yet. I'm like really excited to try it. And then Stark Skincare also has one that I want to try. But I don't know. It's going to be hard for them to top the Uma one. The Uma one just works so amazingly well for my skin. I've raved about it a bunch this year. You'll definitely be seeing that in my 2017 favorites. And then, so let's do some eye treatments. So let's do the Maya Chia. The Maya Chia, the Eye Achiever. This is their new multi-correctional serum. They just recently released this, and she did send me this to review. And I like that it's got like a roller ball. And then you can just place as much as you need under your eyes. It's like got a nice cooling effect. And then I just like to, I have an eyelash in this eye that is driving me crazy. To pat it in. Naturallogic also has an eye cream that I have not tried yet. But hope to at some point. Now that my eye is like all red and irritated. My mailman is out there right now. So I'm going to check the mail soon. So there we go. That is eye serum and what else we do? Spot treatment. So then after that, I'm going to use the hyaluronic acid serum that I've been testing from Naturallogic as well. I believe this is sort of like a spot treatment hyaluronic serum. I can't remember if it's supposed to be both or if it's just a hyaluronic serum, but I've really been liking this as well. So this is another soon to be released product that I've been testing along with the mask. So I'm just going to lightly mist my face with this Amley Silver Rich Face Mist. This is their Radiance Boost formula. They've got two formulas now, two new formulas. They have like a beauty sleep formula and a digital detox. So I'm going to take 5 drops of the serum and then apply that all over. I love hyaluronic acid serums so much, and I think if I remember correctly, this one has 2 different molecular weights of hyaluronic acid. I don't know too much about, you know, the science behind hyaluronic acid and the molecular weights and all that stuff, and like which one is better and like which one is the best for the skin and moisture level and all that. But this one is, it's really amazing. I've tried a lot of hyaluronic acid serums in the last year. And this is definitely one of my favorites. So I'm excited for it to get released and for you guys to get to experience it as well. So the last thing before we move on to makeup is moisturize. So I've got the Naturallogic Balance Daily Moisturizer, which has been like my favorite daily moisturizer lately. Next year, like I said, not only will I be talking about the Naturallogic products more, but I've got like a bunch of video ideas that I'm working on, like a daily moisturizer, like a daytime moisturizer, nighttime moisturizer. I have a lot of stuff that I want to do for you guys next year. So I know that a couple of you specifically have asked for like daily moisturizer recommendations and a video for that. So that is coming. I will be working on that. But if you're looking for one in the meantime, I highly recommend this one. This one is like my favorite that I've tried in a really long time. So this one is the Naturallogic Balance Daily Moisturizer. It's like amazing. It's got aloe vera, DMAE, rooibos tea extract, green tea extract, white tea extract. It's got hyaluronic acid in it. Niacinamide, MSM, black willow bark, palmarosa, Egyptian geranium bourbon oil, neroli. My skin just loves it. Honestly, it loves, I don't think that I've tried one product from Naturallogic that my skin has just not like been in love with. Like, I don't know. So then I've got the Balance Clarifying Serum, which I add to everything. My skin loves that as well. And then I've also added back in the Maya Chia Super Couple Axanthin plus Chia Ultra Luxe Facial Oil. So I do 2 pumps of this, 3 drops of the serum, and then 2 drops of the Maya Chia. Actually, more like a pump and a half of this, because I've got the other oils in there. And then the serum. And then 2 drops of the Super Couple. And then I'm also going to spray with the Naturallogic Balance Mist to wet everything. And then we're going to put it on my damp face. I do find that my skin loves these products when they're like applied to a really damp face versus dry. I've accidentally done it on a dry face sometimes, and my skin just doesn't feel as good. It feels so much better when I apply it with a damp face. So as you can see, I'm like almost done with my Naturallogic Balance Nutrient Mist. Been totally loving that as well. So that is my daytime skincare. Oh my god. That's currently going on. I am not going to put sunscreen on today. I might use a primer that has sunscreen in it, but I'm not putting on a specific sunscreen today just because I'm not doing anything. I'm not going anywhere. But I hope you can see, aside from, you know, that, how good my skin looks today. My skin looks so good when I use those Naturallogic products. Yeah. Who is this cute boy? Who is this cute boy? Say hi. Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Is that Ollie? Ollie's got stuff all over his face. Nose kisses. Nose kisses. So cute. Alright, so I'm actually going to do... he's pulling my hair. I'm actually going to do the first part of my makeup off camera because it's... I'm just going to do a primer. I'm going to put on my Modern Minerals foundation. And then I'm going to do... I'll probably do my brows too since I'm already doing my brow video, and I'll show you me filling my brows in with all of those products as well. I'll probably just go ahead and fill in my brows, and I'm just going to do my eyeshadow. My eyeshadow with you guys, which is going to be damn near impossible with this one. I might have to stick him in his playpen and let him watch TV or something. Yeah? What do you think? Can you tell them? You say, I'm so cute? I'm cute, but I'm everywhere? Yeah. Yeah. Who's that? Is that Ollie? Is that Ollie? Oh, now he's just looking at me. Alright, I will be back once I've got my base makeup face on, and we'll get to the eyeshadow. Okay, so he's currently occupied by snacks and a little TV show. So we'll see how long that lasts. But first thing I'm going to do, so I've got my foundation on. I use the Modern Minerals foundation as my foundation and my under eye concealer, and then I set my face with like a setting spray and then some like of the sunrise setting powder from Modern Minerals. And then I put in eyebrow stuff. It was the green tea brow builder from 100% Pure in soft brown. So now I'm going to use the All Natural Face Magic Vegan Eye Primer, and I got a new tube recently because my last one was just so old. I'd had it for like 3 years. It still worked, but it was just old. I think it was probably time. And I think the problem that some people have with this is due to the amount that they put on, because that's the problem I had in the beginning, is I was putting too much or too little and it wasn't working. But once I figured out the amount, so I do like 2 little swipes on my eye. Once I figured out the amount, it started working like perfectly. So there is the eye primer. And then to sort of set the primer, this is a red apple lipstick look. This is the gray smoky eye sort of like look that I've done in a couple of videos last week that you guys really liked. And I've actually done this eye look the most out of any eye look I've ever done, because this one is my favorite too. And this one uses all red apple lipstick eyeshadow. So the first one I use is Porcelain, which is sort of like a skin tone color to sort of like set the eye primer. Alright, so there's that. I'm not sure if you can hear my kid's TV show at all. He's watching Little Baby Bum. Okay, so then we're going to use a blending brush. These are all Eco Tools except for that one that I just used, which is a red apple lipstick. I really like the Eco Tools brushes actually. I find that they're like the right shape that I'm looking for and all that. So this is the Defined Crease. I don't know why they don't have this in like a bigger, like longer. Like this is their normal length and this is sort of like their travel size, but they don't have this in like a normal size, at least not that I've found anyway. So what we're going to take in the crease is Yes You Canyon. So we're going to take that and then sort of like work it into the crease. And I'm going to try to do this so you guys can see, but I also need to see. So maybe I should zoom in. So then I just build this up until it looks the way that I want it to look. To be as defined as I want it. Okay, so then once that looks all like nice and crazy, I'm going to take this other EcoTools brush. This is the Precision Blending, and then I go in with the shade, it's this one, this middle one, which is like a light gray, which is Taken for Granite. So this one is Taken for Granite, and then this one over here is Clean Slate, which we'll use later, but we use the light gray first, and then we will use the dark gray. So I use this to sort of like blend the other color out a little bit, so it's not like as not as harsh, because this is mostly a gray look, but I like to have the Yes You Can in there for like a little bit of definition. And I realize that this looks really messy right now. Okay, so there's that. So then we go in with this large shadow brush, and that's when I use Clean Slate, and I do that all over the lid. So I'm just go back in with this blendy brush. Just blend some more. So, and then I take one of two shadows. This sort of depends on the day. I either take Raven, which is sort of like a dark, sparkly, almost like black blue, or Graphite Glam. I used Graphite Glam the last time, or I used Raven the last time, so that's just what I'm going to do again. So I'm just going to take this brush, and then I'm going to use Raven on top of where I put Clean Slate. To sort of darken it up a little. Add some little bit of sparkle. And then again, just blend. Not too much this time. She didn't want it to go anywhere. Okay, so I just want to clean up a little bit around the edges because I've gotten a little bit of gray in places where I didn't want it. So then I'm going to go in with this accent brush, accent shadow brush, and I'm going to take, first I'm going to take the lighter gray, which I forget the name and I'm not going to look again. It's Graphite Glam, or no, it's not. It's Clean, no, it's not Clean Slate. It's I don't remember. But I'm going to take that one under my eye first. And then I take, now is when I take Clean Slate, the darker one. And then I'm going to do that one under my eye as well. There's a little more under that eye than I originally wanted. This is so much easier like when I'm in the bathroom, because then I can like fix things as I need to, but like when I come in here and I don't bring, you know, all my makeup or concealer brushes or whatever, I just have to sort of like hope that it goes okay. And it looks, you know, it looks better than it did when we first started. Okay, so I'm going to use some black liner, and I just use the Mineral Fusion black liner. It's in Coal. And then I tightline, and I do my waterline. And then I will sometimes go, which I'm going to do today, I'm just going to like sort of blend it a little, so it doesn't look like as harsh in my waterline. I don't know that I did what I attempted to do, but, or if I just made it worse. Okay, then I'm going to take this accent brush again. I'm going to clean it off, this little guy, and then I'm going to finish, and hope that it looks okay. I'm going to take, what is this one? This one is Innocence by Red Apple Lipstick. It's like their shimmery white. And I do that in my inner corners. And that is the look. What do we think? They do okay? I might go back and like clean up a little bit under my eyes with some of my foundation, just so it doesn't look too like dark and grand today, but that's the gist of it. So I use Yes You Canyon and Taken for Granted in the crease, and then I use Clean Slate and either Raven or Graphite Glam on the lid, and then I do this Taken for Granted and Clean Slate under the eye, and then I use Innocence on the inner corner and some black liner, and that's it. So let's do mascara. The one I'm using right now is the Pacifica Dream Big mascara. It's the one where you can like switch the wand. You see it's like getting longer and shorter for volume and then for length. So I do volume. Do I? No, I do length first. So I do the long one first. Let me get my mirror so I know what I'm doing. There's length. And then we're going to swirl it down. And then we're going to do volume. And then I don't dip it back in, because I don't want like a ton of extra product on there. I just use whatever's left to sort of like add the little extra volume. And there's that. I did get a little bit on my eyelid, so I'm gonna have to go back and clean that up when I go back and clean up the rest of my eyes. But then let's finish off with blush and a lip gloss. So the blush that I used was the All Natural Gilded Sunset blush. This is like my favorite lately. It does come in this like pump, which I don't mind so much. I thought I was going to mind a lot more than I do, but I don't. But I love this color. It's like my favorite blush lately. Get my other mirror and make sure I'm... Alright, there's that. And then the lip gloss I was wearing in the video that you all commented on. I switched lipsticks in the other video, but I used the Touch of Blush from Modern Minerals. This is like my favorite lip gloss, because it just goes with everything. It's a nice nude. And that is the finished look. I feel like I did, you know, a pretty good job. Sometimes when I like redo makeup looks, they never look exactly like they looked the first time I did them, and then it makes me sad, but I think I did. I think I did okay. What do you think? And we could take my hair down, because I did put some dry shampoo in it, and then I put it back up in a braid to sort of get the curls going. But there we go. That's the look. My like gray, my favorite gray smoky eye. Or my favorite just gray eyeshadow look in general. So now I guess I'll go charge my battery and play with my kid till he goes down for a nap before I film my next video. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you'd like to see like Get Ready With Me's more often, where I do sort of like this, where it's like skincare plus makeup, let me know and I'll work on it for 2018. Just leave me a thumbs up so I know that that's what you guys want. But if you don't want it, don't leave me a thumbs down. Just don't leave me a thumbs up either. I will see you guys in my next video, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye.